Winter is almost gone as we know it for now this year, and spring and summer is right around the corner every time we talk about it, so... Hey, how you doing? Marco here. Well, yesterday it was good. I went to the flea market, and I got myself 6 games in all, in total. 1 for the DS, the original DS to be specific. 2 for the GameCube, it's been a long time. And 3 from another system that came out of the year of my birth, the N64. And 1 accessory for it, so yeah. Where am I going to start? I'll start with this. Yeah, this DS game is surprisingly rare to find, so first I thought it would be one of the rare gems, so Super Princess Peach. I know what you're thinking. Why this? Well, it's basically like Super Mario Brothers in reverse. Instead of Peach getting kidnapped, it's Mario who's getting kidnapped. See right there? You know, captive. And now, for once, the princess gets to return the favor. She's doing the rescuing. And use the touchscreen to your advantage. You press one of those 4 colored hearts. Orange, red, green, blue. They react to her emotions, like her emotional abilities. You make her cry, it'll make the plants grow. If you make her angry, it'll light the bridges on fire. Press yellow heart, make her want to fly up. Press the green green heart, and it activates the little shield. And she gets to use an umbrella to her advantage. A talking umbrella. His name's Perry. I'll try this on. First out of the 6 that I tried, and I'll admit, she's getting there. I'm surprised they didn't make more sequels out of this after that. I guess we'll never know, but she's getting good at it. Okay, there's Super Princess Peach. Now moving on to the GameCube. 2 here. I'll start with the one on the bottom. This title is actually amongst one of the first launch titles for the GameCube in 2001 at the time, besides Luigi's Mansion, the original version. I finally got it. Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2. There's Rogue Leader to it. Yeah, and the words in the back says Rogue Leader standing by. Hey, every fighter can stand by it. And you see this. It picked up right where the first Rogue Squadron left off. Almost, I think. You know, it improved upon the original, and it also features the voice of Dennis Lawson. You may know him as the guy who portrayed Wedge Antilles in the original trilogy. I wonder what happened to him. He's Wedge Antilles' greatest rebel pilot that ever lived. It was among the best Star Wars games at the time, which is Legends timeline canon at the time. Everybody was like the original Legends timeline could have grown as big as it could possibly get. Imagine what would have been. Then it all changed when Force Unleashed 2 came and the 3rd sequel was being think about, Star Wars 1313. Both unfortunately cancelled. Imagine what would have been. Yeah, for some reason they decided to cancel it. Along with Clone Wars, the show. They decided to cancel it in Season 6. which is Netflix exclusive. Why? Because I still feel like there's more to it, and I think the reason why they wanted to cancel it in season 6 of 13 episodes is because in the rest of the future seasons, it shows the Legends timeline villain, the Yuzong Vong. Yeah, that could have been their first debut, but it was never meant to be. Instead, when Disney came along, they decided to make changes that are like for better or for worse, but ultimately made it worse, whether we like it or not. Still, I picked this and Rogue Squadron 3 for posterity because no matter what, a lot of people say the Legends timeline is always the best. In some cases. Well, there's some parts in the new timeline which I like. And for the record, that doesn't include parts in The Last Jedi like Supreme Leader Snoke. Kylo Ren is nice, but Supreme Leader Snoke, really? No, that's terrible. Yeah. And part of the Rogue Squadron trilogy, besides this and 3 and number 1 at the time, is that it allows you, that it recreates the best Star Wars battles when you're flying in midair. For instance, in the first level, it's possibly the best level ever, the Battle of Yavin. For greatest victory the Rebel Alliance ever had. Yeah, and basically, well, was number 1 achieved something, the second one improved upon it, and the third one, fortunately, was the last. Well, but the Rogue Squadron trilogy serve as the blueprints for Star Wars Battlefront games. Why? Because the third entry improved upon it, but not only can you fly in midair, you can also fight while you're on foot, shooting. That's nice. Yeah. Okay, put that down. The next one. Something I've been looking forward to. Something which I've been interested in finding. Sonic Riders. You can see right there at the time, 2006. The 15th anniversary of Sonic at the time. Yep. There's this, and the second entry, called Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, release of the Wii. Still looking for that. This is so far very good. And Zero Gravity, okay. It's okay, not bad. But the third entry, unfortunately, was an Xbox 360 Kinect exclusive, called Sonic Free Riders. Well, instead of manual controls, instead they decided to go all Kinect to it. What would have been innovation for it? Instead, it ruined the game. If it were up to them to do a remake on it for Xbox One, and if they were to add manual controls and removing the motion, I say more power to it. Imagine what would have been. Yeah, basically Sonic Riders is basically like their early attempt version of Mario Kart, and they wanted to do it their way by adding hoverboards. That's nice. And also introduced new characters to the franchise. Rivals call themselves the Babylon Rogues. And one character that I'm familiar with is named Jet. Yeah, okay, that's him right there, the green guy. Snowboards are awesome. Hoverboards are awesome. Okay, now for the final 3. So, start with the N64. Oh yeah, speaking of which, yeah, I got the N64 expansion pack. And it's not quite the same as the original model. The model's different. It only says Retro 64. I'd show it to you, but I inserted in my N64 console, and don't know how to get it out. But it's fine. It's safe where it is. Yeah. And from what I know, to those of you who don't know, the expansion pack is basically the enhanced version of the jumper pack. The jumper pack is like the primary system battery core from the N64 pre-installed into it, and it's simple to remove. Just carefully use a knife, push it gently until the light comes out, and then And the expansion pack adds more to it, and at the time there are only 3 exclusive games that require the full power of it, and I just so happen to have one of them, but I will get to that later. And besides that, the expansion pack you even have a bit of upgrades like higher resolutions, story, whatever, minor upgrades. Anyway, speaking of Rogue Squadron 2, I just so happened to find it alongside with this, the first Rogue Squadron. Yep, and I found out that it's expansion pack compatible. It adds higher resolution at the time, and yeah, it's an early attempt, not bad. And lets me get to try out the Star Wars The Phantom Menace Naboo Starfighter. Used it, first thing I played. I'm used to. It's not bad. Oh yeah, and speaking of one of the only 3 that require the full use of the expansion pack, I happened to stumble upon one of the 3. Okay, the first one is Perfect Dark. It's like a little spin-off to GoldenEye 007. Well, what the expansion pack does is that it adds like the full story campaign. And the second one is in Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, the original version. But I'm not interested in the original version because I have the 3DS remake over there, and it's better. And the third version, in the third game, you can tell that it's yellow, and you know what I'm talking about. Donkey Kong 64. Yeah, I'm very surprised by the faded colors. Well, I got this for cheap. If I were to get this in full colors, it would be $40, but I got this for $30, so I took the chance. I'd set it there to make sure it's safe, and surprisingly it works. Yeah, and well, it was one of the legendary games made by Rare at the time. Perfect Dark and GoldenEye 007 included. And it's their first attempt to go full 3D. And it's good. It reminds me of Banjo-Kazooie. You start off with Donkey Kong to rescue his family. I already rescued Diddy Kong and already got him some barrel guns. Yeah, that's very nice. And finally, my third N64 game. You guys are probably going to be shocked and maybe jealous when I show you. See this right here? Looks like it's barely in mint condition. But if I turn to the back, you'll be thinking, did I go somewhere to get this? Yeah, man. If you recognize the artwork of the characters, there's Mario, Link, Fox, DK, Yoshi, Kirby, Samus, Pikachu. Yeah, the original Super Smash Bros., the first entry, but it's not in the North American version, English. I hold in my hand the original Japanese incarnation. In Japan, they're called Dayanto Smash Brothers. Yeah, I might have learned some Japanese along the way through their pop culture versions. I saw this. Well, the North American version is actually cost exactly the same as Smash Brothers Melee. And yeah, but the Japanese version costs less, $44. Well, couldn't resist. Well, put it in, and actually has most of the English parts, English announcer, English words, but with one small change. Jigglypuff in Japan's name's Purin. And, yeah, well, it's fine. Well, the only thing I have is that there's a region locking. But the store owner made compensate with it, made some adjustments, and then he un-region locked it and set it there. Whatever he did to make it work, success. And when I first started out, well, two of the characters have been unlocked for me. The first obvious one is Jigglypuff, and the second one is Captain Falcon. It's slightly half the fun took, but I'll compensate with it. That just leaves Ness and Luigi. And in there's only one unlockable stage. Not a lot, but you get the point. My friend Tony Luigi has this, but in the North American version. I didn't tell him I have it. He's probably watching now. Bro, if you're watching this, I got Super Smash Bros. For the N64, but in the original Japan version. I feel like I'm holding a rare gem. I mean, really. Seeing stuff like this made from Japan, I really want. Every time I say or see stuff like this, it makes me want to say. Makes me keep saying, I really want to take a vacation in Japan someday because they're the best, man. They personify and perfect Tokyo pop culture. They invented Godzilla, Kaijus, Ultraman, and they're behind Sega, Capcom, SNK, Nintendo, and even Sony. Yeah. And they even have the most greatest arcades ever, spanning throughout all generations. For those people who are like, no matter how old I get, they'll always make you feel like a kid at heart. Man, girl, if you're watching this, I bet you may be jealous because I feel like I'm holding a mint condition rare gem. Yeah, that's all I got. That's a very nice start. Well, been on this more often, and I already beat the first level for Rogue Squadron 2, first level for First Rogue Squadron. I think I got a lot to do through that. Anyway, I told Tony Luigi about this and that or that, but he's going to know because he's probably watching as we speak. So anyway, gotta go. Stuff to do through maybe this. Getting used to it. So anyway, don't forget to subscribe to me for more content, and be sure to comment me down below. And as always, feel free to give me a thumbs up and a thumbs down any way you like, because I can handle both ways at once. So, well, I had a best day yesterday. I think I'm gonna have even more best weekend when a new movie comes out. It marks the 10-year anniversary since 2008, the original Iron Man. Avengers Infinity War. Yeah. Films like this got me thinking, should I do game reviews and movie reviews in the future? Well, Maybe we can get our fingers crossed. Either way, time will tell. So, okay, see y'all next time. Till then, spring will get everybody covered up. So, enjoy.